Okay, we'll start with our prayer. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sahanavatu Sahanu Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Aviravirmayedhi Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanina Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhe Mahabharatam Advaitaamritavarshiniam Bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim Om Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself, and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa. The Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita and consisting of 18 chapters. Upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving Mother, I meditate. So we have completed 13th chapter. Now we'll start 14th chapter. Very important chapter. But before we venture in the chapter, few comments. So number one, what is this section? We have already known that there are three sections. One is first 6 chapters, second 6 chapters, and the third one. The first one is Tat Tvam, and Tat Tvamasi. So this is the third section, and in that third section there is unification of Tat and Tvam. That means thou and that, thou and that. So this we have already seen in the 13th chapter. What is 13th chapter? It is called Drik Drishya. Drik and Drishya. Drik means the seer and seen. Drik and Drishya. So we see in this world we suffer. Why we suffer? Prakristho hi gunohim. So like guna, and when we are we are merged in Prakriti, or we are in Prakriti, we are attached with Prakriti, we are beholden by Prakriti, then we suffer. So what is the way then? It is the discrimination, segregation, separation of Prakriti and Purusha. In reality, we are Purusha. Purusha means not male and female. Purusha means the divine self. So in 13th chapter, the way of seeing that Purusha or Drashta, Drashta means seer, Drishya means seen. As soon as we mingle and we lose our identity, then we suffer. So this, how it was done there in 13th chapter. So there, in 13th chapter, one is called Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Kshetra and Kshetrajna means field and knower of field. What is the field? This body, mind. Idam Idam shariram kaunteya kshetram ityavidhiyate. So here sharir means body does not mean only physical body. Physical body, then vital body, mental body, intellectual body, whatever we say. That means whatever is seen and who sees it. So that is drashta. That means kshetragya, knower of the self. Idam shariram kaunteya. This body, O son of Kunti, is called kshetra. Kshetra is field. Who knows it is called kshetragya. So we know this body. But when we identify with body, then suffering comes. What is the way then? To separate the knower from the body. That is the way. Then suffering will not be riding on us. Suffering will not be like overpowering on us. But here one thing is very important. Kshetragyam chapi mam viddhi. But know for certain, I am that kshetragya. We may see, as of now, we think that we are the knower. But how we know? When we are unified, identified with body-mind complex, then only say, I am this. But here, the purest form, what is that knower? So Bhagavan said, Kshetragyam chapi mam viddhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Know for certain that I am the only kshetragya, knower of body. Me do thou also know, O descendant of Bharata, to be kshetragya. That means knower of the body. So this is the method applied in 13th chapter. And later, Bhagavan also said, Prakriti cha karmani kriyamanani sarvasha. Everything, all the actions are being done in Prakriti. In nature, things are happening. And he who sees this, that everything is happening in Prakriti. So what happens? Tatha atmanam akartaram pashyati. He knows that karta is akarta. Akarta means he does not do. And this is not new thing that he has informed, but he has already informed in the previous chapters. Naiva kinchit karometi. I do not do anything. Yukta manyeta tattvavid. The knower of self knows that I do not do anything. Though everything is happening, Pashan, Jigran, Ashnan, Gachan, Swapan, Shwasan, Pralapan, Visrijan, Unmishan Nabi. Everything is happening, but I do not do. So this is strong detachment, total detachment. For him, he knows that he is akarta. And then he sees everywhere it's the same. Samam pashyani sarvatra samvasthitam ishwaram nahinastat atmanam tato yati param gati. Since seeing the Lord equally existent everywhere, he endures not self by self, and so goes to the highest goal. So there in the 13th chapter, it was Kshetra and Kshetragya, field and knower of the field. This is the way of discrimination. How we discriminate and come out unscathed, though we are in this Prakriti. So we have gone in details. that Prakriti and Purusha Vibhag. So this we have gone through in details. And last shloka, what it says, Kshetra Kshetra Gayor Evam Antaram Gyanu Chakshusha Bhuta Prakriti Moksham Cha Ye Viduryanti Te Param. They who thus, with the eye of knowledge, perceive the distinction between the Kshetra field and knower of the field. So they who thus, with the eye of knowledge, perceive the distinction between the field and the knower of the field. So field, what is the field? This body-mind complex is the field, and the knower of field. So this, who knows this? And also the emancipation from the Prakriti of beings, they go to the Supreme. If one can segregate or separate oneself, the knower of this Kshetra, what happens to him? He attains the Supreme. And nothing of this world can touch him. No suffering is possible for him because he is just beyond everything. It's like we have clutch. When we put the clutch, then the energy is transferred to the wheel. Then the engine runs or the vehicle runs. But when you lift the clutch, then though engine is running, but the energy is not transferred to the wheel and the vehicle will not move. So this detachment we are to cultivate. Now, this same thing is being said here in 14th chapter. But here is a different perspective. There also Prakriti and Purusha, segregation of Prakriti and Purusha is discussed. But in a different point of view. Here we'll see three gunas. Gunas is a technical term, so I'll not say it is quality. Three gunas. Now, in my boyhood, this is my personal thing, so let me share a little. My father memorized the whole Gita, and every morning he would recite this. And I would listen it, and many shlokas I memorized by listening. But when I had a little science, knowledge of little science, so then I was a skeptic. And I used to argue with my father. What is in Gita? It is Sattva Rajas Tama. Everywhere it is Sattva Rajas Tama. And I can prove you that's all false. So my father used to smile at me and say, you are young now, you'll understand great. But actually it is until I heard Gita from a monk, Swami Sridharanji, it was not clear why it is Sattva Rajas Tama. And to be frank, even till yesterday, it was different. But now I can understand in a better way the significance of Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Even till last night, it was not clear to me, but now I can understand a little whatever it is. So that means Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Now here, the grand plan is to show that whatever in the Prakriti, it is nothing else but play of three gunas. And the way is to get oneself detached from it. Because it is not in the person. It is not in the self. It is not in the self, but it is in the field, drishya. Another point is how that nirvikalpa, nirakar, which has no form, which has no alternates, no deviation, how the same person is entangled here. Same person, how he is entangled in this world. So that is why what is the mechanism by which we are entangled in this world? That is why we need to know this triguna. That means sattva, rajas, and tamas. How we come under the sway of these three gunas, and then we are entangled. So this is the purpose. And vibhag, gunatraya vibhaga yoga. It is yoga, means by which one identifies oneself with the self. How? Vibhag. Vibhag means separating. By separating from three gunas, one can see oneself that I am not attached with it. So, drik and drishya. The same thing, drik, what is drik? The seer, and drishya. Drishya means whatever is seen. If we can study well, we can understand that whatever is happening in this world is nothing else but combination of three gunas, or display of various permutation and combination of three gunas. Whatever we see. See, when you see this screen, something is being displayed. What is happening? Say, now it is blank. So it is 0. And then there some blinking happens. Millions of pixels are there, they blink. Think about it. One is 0 position, that means when it's not, it's in tamas. And when it's bright, it is sattva. And there is transition in between. For engine also you can see. So here we can see the display. Because of that, the thing, though it is inert, it looks like it is working. It is animated. Sattva, rajas, and tamas. And when that transition happens, that's the rajas. So when tamas means darkness, rajas means activity, and sattva means bright. So if you see there, there's same thing happening there. In this world also it is the same thing. When an engine, say automobile engine, how it works? One is rest position and one is final, when a blast happens and then activity happens, and then because of that energy is released. So sattva, rajas, and tamas, everywhere we can see. It's not quality. We can say qualities also, but this is technical term, sattva, rajas, and tamas. Secondly, what is the purpose of this? Why sattva, rajas, and tamas? Sattva, rajas, and tamas. To know where we are. God will not say what you are to do. What you are to understand by this standard. This is standard. Standard this, standard second, and the third, where we are. And how we can uplift ourselves from that state to the next state. So for that, we need to study this, sattva, rajas, and tamas. Now comes, let us go to, so prakriti sthahi. Prakriti means when we are embodied. means we are in Prakriti. We are entangled in this Mahamaya. And we identify ourselves with this world and body and mind and its pangs and worries and hankerings, desires, whatnot, everything that we identify with. And all our problem starts. So Prakristha, so one is Prakristha. And what happens when we are attached, Sangha? And this is natural, it's not something unusual. Whenever we open our eyes, we see outside. It's not unusual. But the thing is, one should restrain oneself and not to get messed up, not to get entangled. That is to be cultivated. So we'll gradually see this. So first shloka is Param Bhuyah Pravakshami Jnananam Jnanam Uttamam Yajñatva Munayah Sarve Param Siddhimito Gata. In other places we have seen when Arjuna asks a question, then Sri Krishna answers. But here we see Sri Krishna is taking initiative to explain further. So this is important. Param Bhuyah. Now why it happens? Because we see in practice also, if a student is very receptive and humble, then Guru gives out of himself. Many times we don't even have that question, or we have not thought from that perspective, but he tells for the welfare of the student. So out of his own volition, because he thought it is important to know. And through Arjuna, Sri Krishna gracefully conveyed to us. We had no ideas, but it is the divine who gives the hints so that those who are seekers, those who want to transcend this boundary, they will find this helpful. So that's why it is the grace of God that is important. And then, as Sri Ramakrishna said, if a devotee walks towards God, say even one step, God comes 99 steps. So here we see the grace of God, and he takes initiative to explain this 14th chapter. So what he says, again I shall tell thee that supreme knowledge, which is above all knowledge, having known which all the munis have attained to high perfection after this life. Now here few things are there. Param Bhuyah. Param means, now this knowledge is supreme knowledge. Number one, Param Bhuyah Pravakshami. So this knowledge is supreme knowledge. It is called Paravidya. Rajvidya Rajguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam. This is the supreme knowledge, because whatever we know in and through ourselves. Whatever we know. So first, if I know this, then I am master of all. So that's why Rajvidya, it is called like Rajpath, like a highway. It's called Rajpath, where kings go. Similarly, Rajvidya, it is not ordinary Vidya. It's very, very subtle. That's why we need to hear again and again. And we understand, then again it fizzles. So we need to hear again and again. Though it may sometimes look to people that you don't miss Vedant Center. You go after 10 years, same snake and rope is going on. But no, these are the means because we don't understand otherwise. We have to take some examples which are common to the examiner and the examinee. So we need to have some common platform. That is why we repeat same thing. And when similar thing, immediately it clicks on to us. Yes, we now understand. So same rope and snake will be there. So anyway, so param bhuya pravakshan. This knowledge is supreme knowledge. What is called is it's called paravidya, supreme knowledge. And all else, even the Vedas, even or whatever is written, whatever is spoken, all aparavidya, lower knowledge. Because by which everything is known. That is why it is supreme knowledge. So param bhuya. And also param gatah. If you know this, then you will attain the supreme. So this is not ordinary knowledge. By the help of this knowledge, you will attain that supreme state wherefrom you have no return. That means, is it something, no return, I want to return here. There is no need of studying this. No, there is no need of it. When you have full 100%, then you don't hanker for 5%. When everywhere is flooding, you don't want a little of water. Because everywhere is flooding. So if you study this, then it will be flooding. It will be overwhelming. No need of any other thing. So this knowledge is supreme knowledge. At the same time, this will help you to attain that supreme state from where you have no other need left. So, param bhuyaha pravakshami. I'll tell you that supreme knowledge. Bhuya means again. Jnananam jnanam uttamam. You know why it is praising this? It is supreme knowledge. Jnananam jnanam uttamam. So this is supreme knowledge because this is the krusk or this is the key. If you have the key, it's like password. If you know the password, you can enter and do whatever you like. But if you don't know password, you cannot do anything. So, jnananam jnanam uttamam. Yes, jnatva, knowing which munayaha. Munaya means muni. Muni means mananashilaha. Means those who are contemplative. Not only contemplative, they can separate. And they can separate from object and subject. So this munayaha, or those who have that capacity to this. Sarve, all, param siddhimito gata. Now after this life, so there are two kinds of mukti, or three, sadhya mukti also. One is jivan mukti, while living, one is free. Jivan mukti. And videha mukti means when the body is left, so he transcends and he attains that supreme state. So that's called videha mukti. Mukti means here not to be, and this word is abused. Abused means not used properly. Especially Vaishnavas, they think it is a kind of, it's a state, and we hate to go there. Rather, we want to be in the company of God all the time. So separation should be there. But mukti means freedom. As of now, we are bound. We understand we are bound. We cannot do what we want. There are so many fetters. Sometimes even we are ashamed of something. So all this is because of so many fetters. We are bound from that standpoint. But there is a state when there is no bondage. All bondages are gone. So that state is called mukti. It's not that there is one stage and then this confined, limited. No, it's freedom. As Swami Vivekananda also said this, each soul is potentially divine, potentially divine. To manifest this divinity in life is the goal of, to manifest this divinity is the goal of life. Do it by work or worship or psychic control or knowledge, and be free. This is the whole of religion. So be free. As of now, we are bound. To become free is the goal of life. So here, param siddhi mitogata. Siddhi here another. Siddhi means he attains perfection. Whatever he is doing, he attains perfection. And Swami Vivekananda again. Swamiji says that perfection, education is the perfection of education is the perfection that's already within a man. Religion is purity, divinity that is already in man. And education is perfection. Perfection, whatever we are doing, we are perfect. No, no adulteration, no addition of something which is not that. So perfection, that's why it's param siddhi mitagal. Siddhi means he attains whatever is the supreme. So param bhuyah prabhakshami, again I'll tell you that supreme knowledge, which is that supreme. Again I shall tell thee that supreme knowledge, which is above all knowledge. Having known, so para vidya, paravidya, here paravidya, known which all the munis have attained to high perfection after this life. So this is a hint. And another is sadhya mukti, means immediate. And so like this. Now the another shloka is dedicated to praise this. Huh?
Read in English the first sloka very slowly. We don't have I don't want to. I want to hear the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Blessed Lord said, again, I shall tell thee that supreme knowledge, which is above all knowledge. Having known which all the munis have attained to high perfection after this life. So here muni means those who have nitya anitya vastu viveka. That means this is anitya, that's what is nitya, he knows. And not only he knows, but he renounces whatever is anitya. Because if you want to embrace the shadow, you cannot enjoy. So one has to embrace what is the reality, what is that real thing from which the shadow is emanating. So munayaha. So muni means here mananshila, not only mananshila, not only he is thinking person, but he is of his qualified person. He has that qualities which are helpful to know this. Okay, we go to the next shloka. Idam jnanam upasritya mama sadharmam agatah sargepi nopajayanti pralay na vyatanti cha. Idam jnanam upasrita. Knowing this, they who, having devoted themselves to this knowledge, have attained to my being, are neither born at the time of creation, nor are they troubled at the time of dissolution. So here, idam jnanam upasrita. Those who have taken shelter in this knowledge, those who have taken the help of this knowledge, what they do? Mama sadharmam agata. They come to my state of being. Having devoted themselves to this knowledge, have attained to my being, not separate from me. This the Vaishnavas especially, they don't want to be, we don't want to be with or be God. We want to taste sugar, we don't want to be sugar. That is their attitude. They want to have a little of distance. But here God is saying he becomes or he attains to my being. So it is not that somebody else says. This is what Sri Krishna says. They who, having devoted themselves to this knowledge, having attained to my being. So those who are daring people, those who are daring devotees, who have undergone the whole gamut of this spiritual understanding, they attain to my being. So Sri Krishna is saying that he is like Tattvamasi. It is unification. This Jivatta. It's like this. When a river goes and mingles in the sea, the river becomes that sea. Mama sadharma magata. So it is not that any separation is remain there. Separation remains there. Idam jnanam upasritya mama sadharma magata sarge api nopajayante. So when there is creation, he is not part of it. Rather, he is beyond the creation. Sarge api nopajayante pralayena vetanticha. And at dissolution also, he is no more troubled. So this is in praise of this knowledge. Why? It is to draw attention of the disciple or the student so that he puts his whole attention in studying this. So they who having devoted themselves to this knowledge, have attained to my being, are neither born at the time of creation, nor are they troubled at the time of dissolution. So this is Param Bhuya Pravakshami Jnananam Jnanam Uttamam. It is supreme knowledge. Now comes the detail. After the advertisement, then comes the details. So the student is ready to receive. Now he says how creation happens. Mama yoni mahat brahma tasmin garbham dadamyam. My So here yoni means but here it is the creating force. Mahat Brahma. So Mahat Brahma, so Brahman is manifesting in so many forms. So when it is creating mood, say, creating mood means when it is with the help of Prakriti, it is the ignorance is overpowering. So when ignorance is there, then only diversification happens. Say, It's a kind of mood. An artist, he's not doing anything. All of a sudden, the ideas come and then he or she is overpowered and tries to paint something. Or a poet, he's not doing anything. Then an idea comes. So when an idea comes means he plays with himself or herself to create something. So this is when a creating mood, yoni. My Om is the great Prakriti. So Prakriti here, whatever is the power, and it is Swabhavika. Swabhaviki Jnana Bala Kriyacha. It's not that it is imported from other countries, because there is tariff. So it is not imported, it is from within. When it is creating mood, then only I give my seed to that Om. My Om is the great Prakriti. In that I place the germ, seed. From thence, O descendant of Bharata, is the birth of all beings. So from there comes everything. So like the painter, when paints, all beings, even trees or animals or human being, they come into existence. Or a poet, when he's imagining and he's telling, or a storyteller, a novelist, he writes a novel and he conceives a particular situation, or nowadays a movie director, he conceives a situation and then the whole story, and hero and villain and all other characters, animals, dog maybe, and inanimate objects. So all these are created in Prakriti. Prakriti in nature. It is not outside of himself. When one wants to play with oneself, then he divides, as it were. He separates, as it were. Now this, whether it is in God or it is not in God, that also he'll answer. Though in 9th chapter he said that Maya tatamidam sarvam jagad abhyakt murtina. I pervade everything in my unmanifested form. Maya tatavidam sarvam jagat abhyakt murtina. Matsthani sarva bhutani. All the bhutas, all the beings are in me, but I am not in them. Now come extent. He says all the bhutas are in me, but he says, next shloka says, Nacha matsthani bhutani. First shloka says, Masthani sarva bhutani. Now he negates totally. Nacha matsthani bhutani pashyame yogamashram. See my divine power. That though they are in me, but I am not in them. No, I am not in them. Nachamasthani bhutani pashyame yogameshwaram. So like this. So here, is it a fiction? No. We also experience similar thing. You dream. What are those dreams? In you. So, and in that dream, you are the substratum. From A to Z, it is you. So, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagad abhyakt murtina. You are unmanifested there. You don't know you are so and so. In your dream, it is you. And on that, everything is manifested. Now, when you wake up, are you still in that dream? No. Because you are out. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadabhyakt murtina matsthani sarvbhutani. All the creation or created being in the dream are on you. But you are not in them. even that dream is also not in them, in you. So this is what we experience. Should I repeat? Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat avyakt murtina. You pervade your dream through and through. From A to Z, it is you. And all the created being is on you. They exist because of you. So we can say the dream is on me. But when we wake up, we say, dream also is not in me. Because nothing changes. I totally forget about the dream. So, Maya tatavidam sarvam jagadabhyakt murtina matsthani sarvabhutani. All the beings are matsthani. They are subsisting on me. But I am not in them. Then totally deny. No, this is only dream. So creation is like that. See, a painting. Is that painting dependent on the painter? No. But in and through everything, it is painter. Story. From A to Z, it is the storyteller. It is the movie director. But movie director is not there. Is there and not there. This is the power. And not only God, you see, this God created us, we also feel the same thing. Nothing magical here. It's natural. So here, Bhagavan says, Mama yonir mahat brahma tasmin garbham dadamyaham sambhava sarvabhutanam tato bhavati bharata. So all bhutas, when I give the seed to the womb of Prakriti. So like womb of Prakriti is like creating mood. When I give the seed, then I find. What I find? All the beings. Sarvabhutana. Mama yonir mahat brahma tasmin garbham dadamyaham sambhava sarvabhutanam tato bhavati bharat. Even we can see a family life. A bachelor. Then some ideas come and says, okay, let me be many. So he marries and then he becomes many. And Brahman also similar. Eko ham bahushyama prajayaya. So idea came, okay, I'm alone. Kuch maja nahi aa raha, kuch, I'm not feeling the joy. Let me be many. So he became many. Like that. Sambhava sarvabhutanam tato bhavati bharata. O descendant of Bharata is the birth of all being. So when creative mood is superfluous, then comes creation. The one becomes many. But actually it's not many, it's one. Apparently it looks like many. Apparently it looks like all the movie characters. But it's all director. Apparently all the beings in the paint is the painter. As if he becomes many, but actually it's not many. Sambhava sarvabhutanam tato bhavati bharata. Now comes Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtayah sambhavanti yaha tasam brahma mahat yoni raham bija pradah pita. Whatever forms are produced, O son of Kunti, in all the wombs, the great Prakriti is their womb, and I, the seed-giving father. So whatever is created, it is the creating mood. So we can say Prakriti. Creating mood. Is it same person? No, not same person. The same person was inert. He is not doing anything. The creating mood is like a flow comes, like a that sun flare. Sun is like contained. Some sun flares come. So it is like flare of being. So whatever forms are produced, so whatever we see created, murtayaha. Murta means whatever is manifested in all being, whatever is possible. I am the seed. Because that the person who is painting or the person who is directing, he is support in that, like that's a father. So father also, what is father? What is son? Son is, or father takes birth as son. He extends his existence. A painter extends his existence to the painting. Storyteller extends himself or herself to the story, all the beings of the story. That is why he is the creator. He's like father. Father creates. So it's not like on the seventh heaven he's sitting and with a spectre in hand and judging everybody. No, he's within. Being within, he is creating. So again, the painter, being painter, he also has creative mood. So when he has creative mood, he is father. Sarva yonishu konte murtayaha sambhavanti yaha tasam brahma mahat yoni aham bija pradapita. Now, what is this mother? Mother is all the objects. Objects are also created by the subject. Say like a painter again. Painter brings a oil, easel, and then paint. And imagination, combination of various colors. And then it looks like a human being or like animal. Or a movie director, he thinks something and he calls someone, okay, act like this. Or a storyteller, no need of even actors. He writes a character with this quality or that quality, and or good quality or bad qualities, and hero and villain. So he becomes those things. And the media in which it is being done, that is the mother, Prakriti. Mahat. So Mahat is also like lower. So it is like this. Brahman has power. Power is Prakriti. Prakriti is nature. And we call it ignorance also. When we are in ignorance, then we create. So that Mahat we can see another way. As of now, we can see this differentiated world, right? We can see, we can hear, we can taste and smell and touch. So 5 senses are there. And 5 objects are also there. 5 senses and 5 objects. And 5 organs of actions are also there. Ultimately, 5 Mahabhuta, Panchabhuta. Panchabhuta differentiates itself like in so many things. Now, today you are awake. As of now, you are aware or you are awake. You go to sleep. What happens? All the senses, all the Panchabhutas merge. That state is called Mahat. When everything is merged, but the potentiality is there to come out again. That is the media. Here, media, what is media here? The media is our projection. So as of now, we have 5 senses and 5 sense objects in our sleep. Again, when we are dreaming, we have same thing, but in a different plane. But when we do not dream, we are in deep sleep, then everything is merged. but it has potentiality to come out. That is Mahat. And when this Mahat is conceived in Prakriti. So Prakriti, Mahat, then this creation. So Sarva Yoneshu Konteya Murtayaha Sambhavantiyaha. Whatever is manifested in all being and whatever is possible, I am the father of that, because in my presence everything happens. It doesn't happen, you cannot say, I dreamt last night, but I was not there. Can I say anyone? I dreamt, but I was not there. You cannot dream without you. In your presence, your dream happens. In your presence, this objective world or whatever world that we are in, this happens. So, presence of the divine is very much necessary to have any creation. The movie director can say, oh, I was not there, but it was created. It cannot. A painter say, no, I was not there, but it was painted. Even artificial intelligence, now we can paint anything. But there also somebody is doing. And somebody coded. So that is possible too. So some awareness, consciousness must be there. And that is Father. In its presence, everything happens. In its absence, nothing is possible. So I am the Bija Pradapita. And also Mahat is that great In that everything is created. I think it's good for today. Okay. Okay, so let us recapitulate. It's very important. 13th chapter we have done Drik Drishya Vivek. Drik Drishya means the seer and seen. But there it is Kshetra and Kshetragya. Kshetragya means knower of field and the field. Here we have similar teaching, but in a different perspective. What is this world? This world is nothing else but permutation, combination of three gunas. Then only we see every creation. And the person who is, or the self who is beyond these three gunas, one should attain that state. Then only he is illumined. Tasmat Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhava Arjuna. Bhagavan says that all the Vedas, whatever is known, knowable, or can be known, everything is within three gunas. Whatever is known is within three gunas. Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Nistraigunya Bhava Arjuna. Go beyond three gunas. That is why Paramahamsas are beyond three gunas. They are not under the shackle of three gunas. So that is the 13th chapter. Now this is a different perspective, but same objective. That means to impart education so that we can separate from three gunas, separate ourselves from three gunas. And why three gunas are important? We will see. It is very helpful to know where we are. By nature, some are very active, all the time activity. Some are calm and quiet, and some are indolent. So, if we know where we stand, then we can improve. And Bhagavan has given the ways how we can improve. First, we have to understand where we are, and then we can go forward. Okay, any question? Yes, go ahead.
In the last part of the first sloka, it reads, having known this, all munis have achieved the goal after leaving this life. Does that mean that is the usual way? That if you get to the state of almost perfection, it doesn't happen until you drop the body?
So text says so. Text says so. So we have to rely on the text. But just imagine, even this, just a glimpse, what we studied today. If we know that I am separate from the painting, I am separate from my story, I am separate from my household, I am separate from my body, mind, consciousness, I am free. It is possible here also. Only thing that you have to separate. When you can say clutch, I gave example of clutch, just lift the clutch. Then the power is not transferred to the wheels. At least that way we can reduce our problems. Even we suffer. Why we suffer? We get entangled. We cannot get out of it. If we can do this, even this, and think of that measure, then even it is possible here also. But suppose it is not there, it doesn't matter. You can have a little fun. You know what Holy Mother used to tell. The disciples, they would complain, the mother is nothing is happening. The mother would say, okay, you enjoy. The mother is permitted. And at the end, Guru Maharaj will come and take you by hand. So a child, what does it mean or need? Child wants to play, and when time will come, mother will gather. So no, not to worry. You enjoy. Enjoy means suffer. So if you suffer, mother will call, okay, come out, no more. You have suffered enough. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tassat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Only thing, when we go out of this, then again it will come back. They are sitting, perching on the trees. After Ganga bath, as you go out of Ganga, then again the same would come and sit on our head. Okay.
Namaste, Swami.
Namaste, namaste. There is a song, we'll listen the song. I seldom see you, seldom hear your tune. Preoccupied, the selfish misery. And sinister
Open my eyes to visions pure and pure, that I might see the glory around me. I am God's creature, of Him I am found. I feel His love away in my heart. From sun and sister, I know to see you. I can hear your tune. So much in love with all my heart. So